If you're looking for the Swiss Army knife of desktop amps, I mean, this thing can do drum machine, it can do the looper, IRs, 7 hours of battery power, built-in wireless, and a transmitter that comes with it, and external speaker capabilities and more. I mean, like I said, Swiss Army knife. You might want to take a look at the NUX Mighty Space. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and the NUX Mighty Space is not exactly a new amp. It's been out for a few years, but I know that NUX makes really good quality products. I mean, we're talking about wireless and multi-effects units and more. And when I met with them at NAMM, it was like a cacophony of sound in there, so I couldn't really hear. I haven't tried their amps yet, so I thought I'd really like to try this one in my own space. And I've reviewed a lot of desktop amps, so kind of put that in my mind as I go through this. This has more stuff than any of the other desktop amps that I've tried so far included with it. So you don't have to buy an extra battery. Well, we've got a lot to cover today, so let's go ahead and get right into it with the specs. Then we'll do the demo, come back and give you my final impressions. So this amp has 9 effects blocks: gate, comp, EFX, amp, IR, EQ, mod, delay, reverb, effects, and you can move those effects blocks around at will. There's the Mighty Amp app, which you don't have to use that, but it's super useful. You can do all kinds of tweaking of all the different effects and stuff on there. You can reorder your effects, and really it's great to use that. You also have a desktop amp that's called the Mighty Editor. You can load third-party IRs, tweak parameters for all the effects, and export and import presets, which you can actually do that with the app, and I'm going to show you how to do that with QR codes. It is pretty cool. There are 7 presets on this amp, which you can use the foot switch or the little button that's on the amp. You're going to see that in just a minute. There are 54 IRs that live on this, 52 samples of IR resolution, 34 premium built-in IRs, and 20 user slots for third-party stuff. It has Bluetooth audio on it, which is great if you just want to use it as a Bluetooth speaker, or if you want it for accompaniment. If you're using this in a coffee shop or something like that, or a small gig, you could do loops on here and run it that way, or you could use your pre-recorded stuff. A 7-hour continuous use battery on this. It's got 2 lithium-ion batteries inside of it. You don't have to buy an extra battery or anything like that. It's built in and it's all part of it, so that's pretty great. I haven't really used it for 7 hours continuously. I can tell you can get about 5 hours out of it, but you can probably get the full 7. As I mentioned earlier, drums and loops. There are a bunch of drum beats that are already on there, or a metronome, and you can do looping on this, and the looper works pretty good. It supports USB-C, so it is also an audio interface if you want to record directly into your DAW. Great, it'll do that. And with the 2 speakers that are in here, it does stereo effects. So you've got stereo flangers and delays and reverbs and stuff. It sounds pretty cool. And there is an external speaker output on that. Let's go over the controls. Across the top, you'll see we have an input. There's a wireless button right above that. And when you connect your wireless unit, the transmitter that comes with it, you just push that button for a second and it'll automatically connect. You got gain and volume. The channel button that's right there, that's how you switch through the channels if you're not using the app or the foot switch. Above that is an app and an audio light. Those will light up if you're using them. Audio for Bluetooth. Bass, middle treble, presence, reverb, and master. Then of course you got your power switch, which is one of the things that a lot of people don't like about some of the other desktop amps. They don't have a physical toggle, so that's nice that they have that. Then across the back you've got your DC input, which you can plug it in if you want to, or you can use that to charge your 7-hour battery. And you've got 2 jacks here for your foot switch. The first one's just for switching channels. The other one is just for using your drums and looper. Got your USB-C, and then right next to that is a tiny little volume control. That's for your aux in or Bluetooth. That'd be for your accompanying music. You've got a speaker out right there, so you can plug in your external speaker. Your phones and your aux in, so that you can plug in your device to play music through it. You've also got this nice leather strap on here that's very, very secure. I like it because it's a portable amp. Of course, you're going to get a USB-C cable in there and a cable for this, which is your foot switch. Yeah, it's a dual foot switch here, and it's got a lot. I'll show you the functionality on it. So I did say Swiss Army knife. I'd say it's pretty much that. I mean, it's got just about everything you need, and you could grow with it because you can use that external speaker, which I'm going to demo that plugged into my 412 cab from Marshall right there. In fact, let's just get right into it. Now, of course, this has a battery in it, and you've got your transmitter here. And if you ever need to charge your battery, as long as it's turned on and you plug that in, you will be able to charge that. And when this is done charging, the light will turn off. So you can switch the channels on the app itself, but you don't need to have the app. There's actually a button that's right up here on the top. And as you press that button, it's going to cycle through. And each time you press it, it changes the color, which corresponds to whichever preset you're using. So that's a pretty cool feature right there. And each time you change it, it's going to change on the app itself. But again, you don't need to have the app. Once you get everything set up, then you're good to go. But you'll either want to have the app or the Mighty Editor on your desktop so that you can tweak all those settings and then set them up on here so you can have 7 of them living on the actual amp. All right, so I've got a Rode wireless mic sitting right there in front of it. We're just going to get some actual room audio. And I wanted to run through the presets that were pre-installed on it. I've got the iPhone app all connected, and I've got the foot switch connected. Now, there are 2 different options you can use for that. You can use it for the drum and loops, or you can use it to switch through your presets, which is what I'm doing right now. So when you hit the A button on here, it's going to move forward. And then when you hit the B button on here, it moves back. And you can also see it on the app on the phone. So let's just run through these real quick, and then I'm actually gonna change 2 of the presets to presets that I've downloaded a QR code for. One of them is for Megadeth from the Rust in Peace era, and then the other is Matthias Jab's guitar sound from Love Drive 1979 type era. Okay, so for the first preset, go to the next one. Next one. And you'll notice each time I switch it, it is changing up here. And I'll show you something here in a second. Got a lot of echo on that one. Next. And of course, all these parameters are adjustable in all of these different settings here. You can go to each one of the different effects. That's the amp. Let's see, so your delay is right there. I could actually grab that and move it. Yeah, if you want to. And of course, you can adjust that, even with the tap tempo on there, so that's pretty cool. Go back to the amp. Next one. Next one. Next one. And one more, and yeah, we're back to green, so that means we're back to number 1. Now that's great. You can also create your own presets. You can download them from their community. And this is an example. This is actually from an AI thing that I found that is serving these things up. All I had to do is tell it what I wanted. So I wanted Matthias Jabs from Love Drive 1979 with a noise gate on there. I wanted to hear how that was going to sound. So what we'll do is we're going to hit this little share button that's on there. We do that, and it's going to ask me if I would like to share a patch by QR or if I want to load a patch from QR. I'm going to do that. It uses the camera. I'm just going to scan that. It says it has been found. Would I like to accept it? Yep. And it is going to sync that up for me. Ooh, okay, that's a little bit louder. So this should be Matthias Jabs from the Love Drive era. Let's just see. Now that's the first time that I've tried that, so I would have to go in there and tweak that a little bit to make it more exact, but that's not too bad. Now the other one I have here, yeah, it was Mighty AI QR is what I was using, and this should be Megadeth Hanger 18, so let's just see how that does. That is pretty good, actually. That's pretty accurate. Now, yes, you do have 7 presets on here, but maybe you're doing a gig where you only want 3 presets. Maybe you want something that's, heavily distorted, then you want something that's clean, and then you want something that's not so heavily distorted. Well, you could go in here and you hit the little active button that's right there, and then you can just turn off the ones that you don't want. And now you've only got 3 presets there. Right? So then when you click the foot switch or this switch right here, it's just going to switch through those 3 active ones. And then if you want to reactivate them, you'll just hit each one of them so that they have a check mark below them again. And now they're all active again. So that's on the edit screen. If you go to drum, then you can actually play some drums through here. And you've got some other patterns in here. And you also have tap tempo right down here if you want to do that for your beats per minute. It's nice to have drums built right into your amp. And then looper, you've got a looper here, record, stop, oops, clear. So I'm not going to demo the looper today. It actually works pretty good. And then you've got jam tracks here, which they've actually got jam tracks available for you if you want to use those, or you can add your own in there. And under settings, you've got a tuner in here. USB audio settings so that you can reamp them, normal loopback. You can do loopback on here in case you want to do some jam along stuff. Speaker settings, EQs for your speaker settings. There's a few other settings in here that might be useful to you. Go back to edit. There's also a patch level here where you can change your gain for that patch. And if you change one of these settings and want to save it, you'll just hit that button right there. Right now in this preset, that gate right there is lit up green, and there's a little power button right there if you want to turn the gate off, or you can adjust that. Each one of these is adjustable. The compressor is turned off, we'll turn that on. EFX, and also in each one of these, you can go here and choose which kind of, what you want to use for that. Effects, and these are all the different effects you can use on that. That's got an RC boost on it. Mods, turn that on. You got a phaser going there. Reverb. Of course, there's also a reverb knob on here, so it's a dedicated reverb for the amp. So there are 9 slots in the chain, and we'll just turn on that reverb. Change your levels. And if I want to move that reverb, I'm just going to grab it and move it wherever I want to move it. Turn that back off. All of that can be changed on the app, or there is the desktop application called Mighty Edit. And you can dive deep into that, get all of your presets all set up for it. Then once you have it set up how you want to, you can just close that app and you're good to go. You can just push this button up here at the top to change them, or your foot switch, which is pretty awesome because, yeah, you can get a foot switch for other desktop amps, but you got to get a foot switch. This comes with it. All right, let's do one more thing with this demo. I've been doing all of it with this Jackson JS11, which I love this guitar. I've done some mods to it, which has made it great. But this has an external speaker output to it, and it says, according to the manual, that it can handle 4, 8, or 16 ohms without any problems. I've got it plugged into this Marshall 412 cab right now, and I'm micing it right into Reaper. It sounds pretty darn good, so let's just do this. Not too bad. So there we go, the Mighty Space from NUX. Like I said, it's not a new amplifier. It's been out for a few years, so you might even be able to find a deal on it. It does cost a little bit more than some of the other desktop amps out there, but then again, it does come with more, so it's up to you. Nice metal enclosure on here, by the way, so that's going to be really sturdy. I really can't find a lot of faults with it. Some of the effects and stuff in there are a little tinny, and of course the original presets that are on there, they all need a little bit of tweaking. You can do your own presets. You can download them from others by using those QR codes, which is super intuitive. And I love the fact that I can plug this into a 412 cab. It's a 30-watt amp, and that Angle Fireball back there is only 25 watts, so this actually has more wattage than that does. And the master volume on this was only at about 10 o'clock. It was pretty loud, so that's pretty nice. I mean, I could really crank this through a 412 cab. That just means you have room to grow, and I like that. So the Mighty Space is pretty mighty. It's got a lot of stuff to it, mighty and meaty, you know? So that is the Mighty Space from NUX. Listen, I really appreciate the comments that you've been leaving lately. Helps me to know what you want to see on the channel, and it just helps me to connect with you, so feel free to do that down there. And I just want to thank you so much for your support here in the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there, and notification bell. Click both of those, you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.